Sebastian, the world hasn't been the same. Your smile lit up every room you walked through, and now we light green lanterns, praying they reach you. Your parents hold on to every memory, every laugh, every hug, every melody. We won't stop searching, but we won't let go until you're safe, until you're home. Light it up green, let the lanterns rise, a beacon of hope in the darkest skies. Say a prayer, share his face, let love and faith fill every space. Sebastian, come back where you belong. We're holding on. We're holding strong. There's a sea of hearts that beat for you. Strangers turn family, all pulling through. Every post, every prayer, every tear we shed is a promise that your story will be widespread. Green glows in windows, in streets, in our hands, a signal of love that forever stands. You're missed beyond words, beyond measure or time. Sebastian will never stop reading the signs. Light it up green, let the lanterns rise, a beacon of hope in the darkest skies. Say a prayer, share his face, let love and faith fill every space. Sebastian, come back where you belong. We're holding on. We're holding strong. So light it up green, let the world know Sebastian's loved more than he could ever know. And until the day he walks back home, we'll keep the light burning, never alone.
True crime with squishy, step in the bowl with rush in one hand, the other truth told. Makeup and mysteries blend in the scene. Fast and fierce glam, she's the crime queen. True crime with squishy, stepping in bold. Brush in one hand, the other truth told. Makeup and mysteries blend in the scene. Facts and fierce glam, she's the crime queen. Sailor perch queen, ride shotgun too. Digging through stories the world never knew. Cold case heat with the contour twist. Justice and blush can't resist this mix. So buckle up y'all, it's a brand new vibe. 2 in 1 truth with the glamorized tries of a hit that bell, don't miss the drop. Squishy's in the streets and she won't stop. True crime with squishy, stepping in bold. Brush in one hand, the other truth told. Eyeshadow blazing like a neon sign. She's painting the facts while she's drawing the line. Cases from the past, stories untold. She's digging through silence, fierce and cold. Liner sharp like justice served. Every stroke earned, every voice deserved. From glam to grit, she's bridging the gap. Highlighting truth with the contour map. No fluff, no frills, just research and fire. Squishy's got the facts that never expire. Sailor bird queen riding the wave. They're storming the scene, bold and brave. Make mystery, truth in the blend. This duo's on a mission that won't pretend. She's not just blending shade, she's blending truth, giving voice to the silence, justice to youth. From missing persons to cold case trails, she's painting the pain where the system fails. Every palette tells a story, every shoe has weight. She's honoring lives that met a cruel fate. No gimmicks, no fluff, just raw research fire. Squish, she's got receipts and she's aiming higher. With Sailor Bridge Queen, the vibe gets loud. Two queens in the storm, unshaken proud. They're not here for clout, they're here for the cause. Breaking down bias, rewriting the laws. So buckle up, y'all, it's a brand new vibe. Two in one truth with the glamorized try. Sub up, hit that bell, don't miss the drop. Squishy's in the streets and she won't stop. From past to present, she's bringing the light. Research and realness, day or night. Original, bold, and breaking the mold. True crime and glam, watch it unfold. Present, she's bringing the light. Research and realness, day or night. Original, bold, and breaking the mold. True crime and glam, watch it unfold. So welcome to the scene, it's about to ignite. Squish, she's got the facts and her lashes tight. Awareness with honesty, justice with flair. True crime with Squish, pull up a chair. Neon blaze and battle clean. No more views for Moo Larry. We uplift the real routine. Creators rise, no compromise. We're done with feeding trolls their prize. Who's us in the spotlight now? No more hiding in disguise.
Calling out the chaos, Clue Queen's twisted play. Trisha J and irate Alex, Knox off, clear the way. Hillbilly, GGG shade spin. We're flipping scripts from the dark side. Let the reckoning begin. We don't play in echo chambers. We make the cycle like the flame. No more cloud for chaos merchants. We're rewriting every name. Spot the lies, decode the spin. We're not fooled by full regret. Creators shine, the streets align. We're not done with justice yet. Our type, Fenrir Wolf at my side tonight. SBC crew, we ride or die, holding truth up to the light. No more threats, no more games. We're burning down that fake acclaim. We use the streets, we claim the slate. Look out out, we elevate. Tiara gleams, the wolf stands tall. Neon truth across the wall. Where the voice they tried to silence, now we're louder than them all. From alley storms to birthday cheers, we ride with love and righteous rage. SBC's the final chapter, flip the script, we own the stage. Masks on Tiara type, Fenrir Wolf at my side tonight. SBC crew, we ride or die, holding truth up to the light. No more threats, no more games. We're burning down that fake acclaim. We use the streets, we clean the slate. Look out out, we elevate. This ain't revenge, it's revolution. Creators first, that's our solution. Accountability, no illusion. We're the purge, full conclusion. Masks on Tiara tight, Fenrir Wolf at my side tonight. SPC crew, we ride or die, holding truth up to the light. No more threats, no more games. We're burning down that fake acclaim. We use the streets, we clean the slate. Look out out, we elevate.
Sailor and Squishy, coming in hot. True crime stories giving all they've got. Missing kids, they're raising the alarm. Mother-daughter duo with a mission to disarm. They dig deep, they research, they care, putting facts out there for the world to share. Every case, every clue, every name, the shining light, not chasing fame. Sailor and Squishy, coming at you live. Truth and justice, helping hope to thrive. We live case by case, fighting for the missing. No time to waste. No time to waste. From timelines to tips, they break it all down, giving voice to the lost, lifting hearts from the ground. They don't flinch, they don't fold, they stay on the trail with compassion and grit. They will not fail. Awareness is power and they won't back down. Voices for the voiceless, lifting every town. Together they stand, hearts on the line. Squishy and Sailor, justice in real time. And not just reporting, they're building a wave of people who care, who fight to save. From cold cases to those just gone, they keep the spotlight burning strong. It's not just a stream, it's a lifeline. Every share, every view, every headline, they're the echo for the unheard cry. Sailor and Squishy, truth never dies. Sailor and Squishy, coming at your life, turning pain into purpose, keeping hope alive. With every name they amplify, mother and daughter reaching for the sky, reaching for the sky. Sailor and Squishy, coming at your life, turning pain into purpose, keeping hope alive. Every name they amplify, mother and daughter reaching for the sky, reaching for the sky. Sailor and Squishy, Sailor and Squishy, Sailor and Squishy.
Shout out to the mods, all the real MVPs, holding down the fort while I chase these dreams. You keep it clean, keep it kind, keep the vibe just right, while I'm live on the mic, bringing joy every night. You catch the trolls at the chat, drop the links, always one step ahead, faster than we think. You're the backbone, the pulse, the silent flame. Without your love, it wouldn't feel the same. Every stream's a team and you lead the way, with heart, with hustle every single day. So here's to the crew that keeps it tight. You make this space feel bold and bright. To my sons, my day ones, my ride or die. You lift me up, help me touch the sky. Every like, every chat, every comment you drop pushes us forward, this train don't stop. Never seen a vibe like this before. A family that's real, not just a score. I give my all in every love I do, so you can laugh, feel seen, and speak your view. We're more than a stream, we're a movement loud. A neon-lit storm, a digital crowd. Mod subs, lurkers too, you're the heartbeat of all I do. SBC crew, we rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Laugh, discuss, speak your truth. This space is powered by me and you. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't be here if you were stars to vibe, the neon queen, streaming truth through every screen. Mods on deck, subs in flight, SBC crew, we own the night. This ain't just chat, it's legacy made. Every laugh, every truth, every accolade. So when I sign off, just know it's true. I'm blessed, I'm loud, and I ride with you. SBC forever, crown on my card, let's go. Let's go! Never seen a vibe like this go. Never seen a vibe like this go. Never seen a vibe every like, every chat, every comment you drop pushes us stop. Push you can laugh, feel seen, don't stop. Pushes us forward, this train don't stop. Never seen a vibe like this before. A family that's real, not just a score. I give all in every love I do, so you can laugh, feel seen, and speak your view. We're all enough in the movement now. I need a lit storm, not just a score. I give my all in every love I do, so you can laugh, feel seen, and speak your view. I'm more than a stream, we're a movement loud. A neon lit storm, a digital crowd. Mods, subs, lurkers too. You're the heartbeat of all I do. SBC crew, we rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Laugh, discuss, speak your truth. This space is powered by me and you. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be here, SBC crew. We rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Laugh, is all aligned. Laugh, discuss, speak your truth. This space is powered by me and you. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. SBC crew. We rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Thank you for the love, the fire, the flame. Together, we're more than just a name. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. It's all because of you, SBC crew.
Yeah. It's that porch swing posse meets back row bass. Little sailor riding tall on a short stack frame. Mask on, true loaded, receipts in the glove box. Let's purge. They're short but mighty, boots on the airwaves. Sailor drives thunder down tick-tock lanes. It's skull on the Stetson, mask on the screen. Calling out the bullshit purge queen mean. Hashtag purge crew rolling, we ride, we ride. From the holler to the hard drive, side by side. Yeah, yeah. Got a steel string hard and a neon mic. She'll stitch your lies like a Friday night fight. Upload spin like a creek boat wheel. Popping open secrets with a howdy and steel. AI beats fused with that banjo chop. Throw a yeehaw over 808 drop. Survivor strong. Got scars that sing. Turns trauma to a torch. Watch the porch light bling. Receipts in the saddlebag. Hashtags blaze. Hashtag FUBJ. Spray painted on the side of the stage. If you fake that funk, better duck that shade. Sailors coming for the mask of mighty. Boots on the airwaves. Slowly time flowing out, pleat top lanes. Air skull on the Stetson, mask on the screen. Calling out the bullshit purge queen mean. Hashtag purge crew rolling, we ride, we ride. From the holler to the hard drive, side by side. Yeah. From the red clay roads to the Wi-Fi stream, she wrangles trolls like tumbleweeds, living loud for the voiceless kin. Wheelchair wheels carve the asphalt hem. Hashtag RA survivor, hashtag DV strong. She's lifting up folks who've been done wrong. Tea gets spilled in a Dixie cup. Sip that truth, watch the sub count jump. Light a one for the lost, crank the amps for the found. When the night gets thick, she's the loudest sound. Hip hot ain't might, that's her battle cry. Standing tiptoe tall to paint the sky. They're short but mighty, boots on the airwaves. Sailor drives thunder down tick-tock lanes. Air skull on the Stetson, mask on the screen. Calling out the bullshit purge queen mean. And when the porch light flickers on a midnight screen, know a tiny titan's talking big and clean. Hello, hello, hello. We are dual streaming. Squishy is right next to me because we've been both looking at this case. So one portion of this case is going to be between me and her. If you hear the littlest in the background, that's just Princess. No other kids are here, so we wanted to do a co-host collab about a case I came across my my feed, and it was about Melody Buzzard. I've been keeping up. I was just looking up things today to add to it. We've got stuff from articles, YouTube things that I already listened to and wrote notes down. So it's Squishy and all that. So part of the live will be that, and part of it will be me going over Nova because the surprise witness went live not long ago, and to see if there's some updates because I've been very interested in this case. Let me turn that on, and then let me make sure it's set right. There we go. I had to move some things around so that way I could get Squishy and my thing in there. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. Just let me know if you can hear me well. Because the first time I'm dual streaming with 2 headsets and a mic in one. There we go. I'll make sure on my and that, yep, we're good. Just making sure that y'all can hear me. So I came across my YouTube page that there is that me and Squishy researched about a 9-year-old missing child. Now I will put in here, what was it? It was and I went over a little bit of it. That what I just put in there is the tip lines, the anonymous tip lines, the FBI anonymous tip line, and how to reach them anonymously through email if you are in that portion.
a lot has happened with this case that it boggles both me and Squishy's mind in a way because it's a very rare case. Like how it's been played out. So far, like it, it's not like most cases you would see. Um,
It reminds me of the case that we were looking into in Connecticut.
we will be covering a case actually in our home state that went missing that BJ tried to cover and failed miserably. So,
Her name was Jacqueline Garcia.
yeah. And
She was 12.
see, in the beginning, they didn't have much information on her. Let me actually.
They still don't.
At least show her picture because I really do want to show that. There at first it was nobody had seen her in a year, and then it was in August. Was it in August? I believe it was in August that when because she's homeschooled, when she went into homeschooling, that her and her mother showed up and were on video surveillance together, and then there is a neighbor that caught on camera closer to I think the October 7th, but the official missing endangered child report came out on October 7th because she was last seen with her mother. Now, we all thought that the mother reported this, her child missing, when it was actually the administrator of her at-home school program because she wasn't turning in in homework or participating in anything.
The administrator.
You gotta speak up so that I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. The administrator reported her missing due to the fact it wasn't her at-home program. It's a homeschooling.
It's a homeschooling dash.
Through the district.
Yeah, like they would go on field trips and stuff like that. So they would do. It was homeschooling, but it was also in person in a way where they would go on field trips. And she hadn't been on a field trip in a year, so I'm supposing that's where it came from. Her background is actually very sad. When she was 6 months old, she had a older sister from a different father. CPS came in, and I guess it was atrocious. Like, the way everything looked, and there was like food all over. It was bad. They did remove the older child, and the older child was placed in the custody of the father, and still is. On top of, at 6 months old, Melody's father was in a unfortunate fatal car crash. And once that happened, it wasn't long after that the The family members were cut off on the father's side. Um, they noticed things weren't right, like mental health wise, and her her grandparents on the father's side haven't seen her in about 4 years. Um, I was listening to something, and supposedly CPS was supposed to rehome Melody as well, but I don't know what happened in between then. Um, it was kind of, you know, touch and go, I guess. I know her mother has very a huge introvert. She doesn't really go outside, nor does Melody. And we learned some more things today that we can share. Like, so, let's see. Her date of birth was February 10th, 2016. So she's coming up in a little bit. She will be 10. She consented because they got a warrant to search the household, and there was no trace of Melody, no trace of criminal activity, nothing. And that makes it even harder because I guess some of the neighborhood people came out, and of course, you know, we're outside the house, and the police said she hadn't been home for 48 hours. Well, the neighborhood people had said that they've seen movement, and I guess she was burning like a bunch of papers in the firewood because there's like out of the chimney there's paper flying out of it, like embers. She refuses to talk to Ellie. A lot of people say, oh, force her, but the thing is if she does have a really big mental disability, and with what I found out today, it could put Melody in more harm for her to drag her in to be questioned, which personally I think she should be questioned, but then she can lawyer up, and then she can you know, draw out the process, and that's what they're trying not to do. So they're kind of, with the mental health situation, they are monitoring her, but since there wasn't any proof of criminal activity or anything like that in the home, they're trying to do it so her mental health doesn't override speaking and coming out about her child, which is hard, but there is people do have mental health issues, and they really are trying the best for their to get leads. She won't speak to the family. The closest she got was, I believe, either her sister or the brother's sister was doing an interview and spotted her going in the house and asked questions, and all her mother, Ashley Buzzard, had to say was, "Why now?" Which to us, it obviously isn't going to make sense. Because, we don't know what's going on. I mean, this girl's been sheltered in along with her mother, not seeing her father's side of the family since he passed away. She's already lost a daughter to CPS, and that daughter is with the father. The FBI did become involved. Sorry about the little one. Did become involved to join the Santa Barbara LE and assisting to locate her. That's what it is right now. It's not to like go out and do search parties. It's more so to see if they can find a place where she is. That is due to the mother saw her last October 7th, and I'm gonna play a video showing you. They have her on surveillance at the car dealership with her mother and some random guy. I don't know who it is. And Melody went on this trip all the way to, I believe, Nebraska. And her mother and whatnot returned on October 10th. And, but returned with no Melody. The LE did, is picking up pings. They do have the car, and, they're doing all that kind of stuff. But one of the things from her phone that pinged was she was at a state park for over 3 hours. Then she left to go to a Walmart 50 miles away and got children's clothing. Children's clothing. And the more we look into it and the more we read, we don't know if she just dropped Melody off or if affixing, best way I can say it, is a key. No idea. I do know the picture of her is 2 years old. It was her 2 years ago. So that makes it 10 times harder. I guess her mother Ashley has also been in some financial debt, a lot of financial debt, and with that can come the mental illness and or health, which because it definitely doesn't help. Let's see. The Ellie and FBI have asked not the neighborhood to take it into their own hands, but to ask the public for help, for tips, which is why I put all the phone numbers and the email. If you see something, say something. It could be anywhere from California to Nebraska. I mean, we don't know. We have absolutely no idea. They're still trying to trace a lot of data. That's what we don't know. We don't know why they went to Nebraska. If it has to do with trafficking, then it could be somebody that would have taken her in for that reason, or this could be very criminal, and she made it seem like it wasn't, and maybe the reason why Melody didn't make it home is because she couldn't. And that's the worst thought. I don't want to think like that, because
The thing is, her mother did spend all that money on clothes. Why would she do that if
to cover up her tracks.
if she's no longer alive?
To cover up her tracks. I mean, if she didn't have a driver's license, she used a rental car, she went down, came back, it would look good on her if she did these things.
But in order to rent a car, you have to have a driver's license.
Which obviously she has, she just doesn't have a car.
Yes, but you just said she doesn't have a driver's license.
I meant she doesn't have a car. She has a license but doesn't have a car.
But applicant, as you're saying, could be definitely a possibility, especially with the video from the rental car.
Yeah.
Because of the man behind her is what's Melody.
Yeah, you'll see it in the video. There is a man behind her that looks sort of out of place, and we don't know who he is. We don't know
Once Melody saw him, her whole demeanor changed.
much about it. I guess I have been following up on tips and info as it comes in. They're looking at every surveillance possible. I've even written down okay, there we go. Written down questions, that we would all have. Why not at least try and push the mother a little bit? I mean, I do understand why they don't, but it gets to a point where you need answers, and if they're not getting or trying to attempt to get answers out of the mother, that's the only person that would know where she is, because she hasn't been around family in years, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. Completely heartbreaking, because she's a beautiful little girl and she's only 9 years old. It just, things don't match up.
A lot doesn't
Let's
match
see.
up.
In my opinion, and others' opinion, I believe CPS failed this child. As in, they do in many, because the older daughter, when Melody was 6 months old, was rehomed with her father. I guess Melody was supposed to be rehomed, but it never happened. So, and CPS never got involved, nothing. So it's just a huge question mark at this point.
Obviously, CPS was involved at one point. Why didn't they follow through? That's
So, well,
another
according
question.
to what I have read, was that she was supposed to be adopted out. Now, how that didn't happen or how she got around that, I am not sure myself. I don't know when it was supposed to happen. If it was after the school system tried to call, because she wasn't, like I said, wasn't doing any work or turning in any assignments. Nobody ever really saw her outside except for a few times. Um, and it's really, it sucks. It really, really, really sucks. So,
It's really odd.
I wanted to, let me, nope, wrong one. I wanted to do this the night that the power went out. I was gonna start then, but the people who mowed the lawn had different ideas. So I know Granny's Washington's covered it. I know a few other people have covered it. So I'm gonna shrink that a little bit so we can see. But this was a exclusive interview from KSBY News. And this lady right here, she has been out there, you know, trying to get reports, trying to get any information that she possibly can. So I'm going to play that, and she can give you more factual things than I could ever, or, you know, because not everything they say in the media is true, nor is everything in the newspapers and stuff. They've always messed up. I do know they have a Facebook page, which if you know, Facebook pages are so-so. It's a hit or miss. It's just, it can be misconstrued. But it is called, let's see.
The woman that you're talking about that's out there looking for all the information, is that her aunt?
Yeah, I know that.
I was asking.
Oh, yes, her aunt
Elizabeth.
and her aunt and her, I believe her aunt's daughter.
Her aunt is the sister to her father.
Let me see. I always love how you write things down and then you never can find it.
Whereas this one is learning how to work TikTok.
Oh, it's gonna bother me because I know I start it so that way I had it. I'm looking for the star because I know that's where it is. I believe it was, I can't remember the name of it. I joined it. It is a Facebook group for more, any tips and any sites. But I will play you this clip that has more information and better information than, you know, people on the whole opposite side of the U.S. that do. So I will play that.
Reporter in Vandenberg Village. It's been nearly a week since 9-year-old Melody Buzzard was reported missing. On Monday, I sat down with her grandmother, who is speaking out publicly for the first time. She shares with me warning signs in Melody's mother's mental health and also shares a deeply personal message that she hopes her granddaughter will hear. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
My name is Crystal. Are you Lori?
Yes.
Hi, Lori. I'm with KSBY News. I've been following along. I can come inside. Lori Miranda says she first learned her granddaughter was missing when law enforcement called asking if she knew where the child was.
He said, "Did you know that your granddaughter was missing?" And I said, "Missing?" He goes, "When's the last time you talked to your daughter?" I said, "I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago."
The search for Melody began last week when authorities were notified about her extended absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say her mother, Ashley Buzzard, has not been cooperating and will not say where her daughter is. Miranda says Ashley's mental state had drastically declined since 2016, raising red flags around the time Melody was 6 months old. Miranda said she was planning to drop by her daughter's house when Melody was only an infant. That's when she got a call from authorities.
About 15 minutes later, a sheriff calls me. He says, "I'm at your daughter's house in Orchid, and I was just getting ready to take your granddaughter Melody with me to CPS because we're getting ready to take your daughter to the hospital."
When Miranda arrived, she says the house was a mess.
Couldn't believe it was my daughter. I mean, the house was in disarray. There were raw eggs in pans. There was rotten food in the fridge that I think she was trying to give my granddaughter.
Still, she claims Ashley struggles mentally.
Everybody's dragging her around when she should be at the hospital. And you should be talking to her there instead of everybody rattling her cage and then trying to act like they're trying to help.
In this latest investigation involving Melody's disappearance, investigators believe Ashley drove her daughter to Nebraska in a white Chevy Malibu earlier this month, more than 1,070 miles from her current Vandenberg Village home, before returning to California.
We want the public to think back to the 7th to the 14th. Did you see a mom and a daughter in this vehicle?
Miranda says she has family as far as Ohio, but does not know anyone in Nebraska. Because this case crosses state lines, the FBI is now assisting.
If we have circumstances that indicate that there was something else criminal that has occurred in the process of that, then, it of course shifts. But as of right now, we are searching for a missing person.
Miranda showed me a gift she wanted to give Melody on her 9th birthday back in February.
The psychologist that I was seeing said, I said, "Should I be keeping these things? I keep buying them for her for Christmas and her birthday." She said, "If you keep them for her, she'll know that when she was gone, you were thinking about her." So that's why I keep them. But sometimes I wonder, am I going nuts, right?
And this was her message to Melody.
"Please tell somebody I'm Melody Buzzard. My grandma Luna is looking for me. Please call the police."
If you have seen Melody, Ashley, or the white Chevy Malibu they were seen driving in between October 7th and October 14th, you're asked to contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Investigators are also asking those who know anyone in Nebraska to share images of Melody in an effort to locate her. In Vandenberg Village, Crystal Bermudez, KSBY News.
We begin tonight.
So, as you can see, that was, I think both sides of the family have not been very into or able to see Melody. and it's a mystery, but in the back of our heads, we do have conclusions or theories to what it could be, because if she's got no family in Nebraska, why drive all the way down there on the 7th, return on the 10th without her? Why isn't she answering questions? Why is, so it's a bit of a stranger story, because they have the vehicle and they're trying to collect all the sorts of data from that, from the phones, her, any kind of communication, her banks, all that kind of stuff. So they are pulling, records of what could be. They're trying to, at this point, figure out, what moves were made, where they stopped, when was the card used, if there was a particular spot in Nebraska, like a home that they stopped, all while trying to not overdo it with the mother, because obviously the mother needs help, and you push the mother too far, it's just going to be worse, because she's not going to want to talk even more. She'll lawyer up and won't talk, and it's going to take longer, and that could put Melody in more danger than she already is. So I did look up some things. This is going to be a place where she was spotted at the car rental place on October 7th. She does have a missing persons. Her description is brown curly hair, eyes are brown, 4 feet to 4'6". Melody's appearance may have changed since the photo above, because the photo above is about 2 years old. The FBI Los Angeles Field Office and sheriff detectives in Santa Barbara, California, are asking for the public's assistance locating missing, at-risk 9-year-old Melody Buzzard. Law enforcement and authorities attempted to contact Melody's mother, Ashley Buzzard, at their home in California after the school administrator reported Melody's prolonged absence from school. However, Melody was not there. Nothing has been determined. Anyone, and it's right here, anyone who's seen her is to call the tip line. There's a anonymous tip line, there's an anonymous FBI tip line, and an anonymous email that you can submit anything that you may see. So in here, her mother, I guess, was known to have many, many wigs, and so this is what she was then. I mean, and plus it's been 2 years since an updated photo, but this has been confirmed. in the car rental store to beat her. See. And it says, according to the sheriff's office, the investigation started on October 14th after a school administrator reported Melody extended absence. Melody has been reportedly homeschooled in recent years, and Melody's mom, Ashley, enrolled her daughter in the Lompoc Unified School District. Hi, Lucia. How are you? Independent study program. In our independent study program, if a student fails to pick up assignments, the student is referred back to their school of residence, which then contacts the family to complete an enrollment. The district said in a statement, if attendance does not begin, the school follows mandatory truancy procedures, including phone calls, letters, emails, and home visits, which they did do that. When a student or family cannot be reached after all these efforts, the school requests a welfare check, which they did. According to authorities, the school administration reported Melody's absence. Deputies went to her house in Lompoc and contacted Melody's mother, Ashley, who is 35. Melody was not at the home, and no verifiable explanation or for whereabouts was provided. Detectives said the critical timeline has been narrowed to between October 7th and October 10th. Melody last verified sighting being on October 7th on the camera. Her last visual, appearance. In the security photos, which can be seen at the top of the post, Melody was seen with her hair covered with a hood. Authorities saying she believes she's wearing a wig to cover her curly hair. Melody is wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the hood pulled up, and appears to be a wig that is darker and straighter than her natural hair. Investigators believe the wig may have been to alter her appearance. Detectives also note that Ashley is known to wear wigs. In addition, being the time Melody was last seen, the photos believed at first new shots of the child in 2 years. The most recent photo of Melody, which featured on the FBI missing persons poster, was reportedly taken 2 years ago. That's insane. Melody's last confirmed sighting was on October 7th. Officials and her mother, Ashley, were seen returning home in their Lompoc on October. And the mother was returned home on the 10th, driving a white Chevrolet Malibu. The car she had rented at the rental business. The officers said that Melody and her mother went on a 3-day road trip. Including Nebraska and Kansas. However, per officials, Melody was not seen in the vehicle with her mother when she returned home. According to the FBI, the car is no longer in the mother's possession because they took it in. Detectives are now focused and determine where Melody was during these 3 days and where she may be now. Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office previously said Ashley remains uncooperative and has not provided any information about Melody's current location or welfare. Melody is described as a 9-year-old female, approximately, sorry, that's my little in the back, 4 feet 6 inches tall, 60 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes, and is considered a at risk due to her age and length of her absence. Our detectives are following leads in this case. We will continue to seek information from the public that could help us find Melody. We remain determined in bringing her home safely. The Sheriff's Office and FBI are asking the public to come forward with any information or her whereabouts. Those who have any information are being urged to call Santa Barbara Sheriff's Criminal Investigation Division at 805-681-4150, or for the anonymous tip line is 805-641 or 681-4171. You can go to sbsheriff.org/home/anonymous tip, and the FBI's toll-free tip line is 1-800-CALL-FBI, which is 1-800-225-5324, and you can also submit your tip anonymously. She's such a beautiful little girl. It breaks my heart because I've got 2 boys and 2 girls, and I don't know how this mother can't be cooperative. I really, 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 really don't. I don't. Now, I was watching this person. He said I could use his video. I asked permission prior. In his comment section, he said he would be honored as long as I shared his link, which I will. Oh no, it was. I just want to make sure that goes through. I misspelled it. There we go. This is this gentleman's page, who has actually made quite a few videos with just knowledge, timelines, things that have come out. He's done tons of research, and I was very glad that he said he was honored that I would use his video, and he also allowed me to use any of the other videos that he has on it, and or future videos. So I do like this person. I think that they just lay it all out. Okay, Lucia, that's fine. Thank you for being in here. I really do feel bad for this baby, because I'm sorry, my asthma's not the best. Because me and Squishy have been really looking at this. I've been looking at through YouTube and reliable sources like Vinnie Politan and stuff. She's been going from news station reports to news station reports. Or no way, Lucia! Are you kidding me? Okay, okay, okay. This is going to take over for just a moment. Lucia, is she really? Who did it? BJ is down for 7 days. Somebody struck her.
No way.
Finally.
About damn time.
Who ended up striking her to get her down for 7 days? Oh, my brother even knows it's true. Okay, y'all, I haven't been paying attention because mental health reasons and stuff like that. But, y'all, fill me in.
I don't even.
Queen Bee, get it, girl! Sorry, I'm not trying to be loud.
Go.
That's my queen. That's our Queen Bee right there. You get her, queen. Oh, Queen Bee, I am so mofo proud of you. And that right there is a true queen. And Queen doesn't do that. We don't. But Queen had every right to do it. And honestly, who better to do it? Because BJ's mod is the one who's stalking her minor child.
Queen had every right.
Well, you know, the Queen Bee stung along the old BJ, and hell yes. Queen Bee, if you can hear me now, you're one badass bitch, and I look up to you, and you deserve to be the one to, you know, strike her. You know, I know Jay and everybody else too, but you have a mod in there it's very, it's very personal to you because of your babies and putting your babies in danger, as well as BJ. So, Queen Bee, congratulations for striking her. I have almost no words.
I have no words.
Except, I guess my little has some words for her. Zoe, what do you think about BJ being struck down and not being able to go live for 7 days? What do you think? What do you think? Do you know who got her? Can you say Queen Bee? Can you say Queen Bee? You said Queen plenty of times. Baby. Yeah. Did Queen Bee strike BJ? Did she? Oh, she's giving me the biggest smile right now. Say Queen Bee, Queen Bee, Queen Bee. She's dancing. Let's go, Queen. Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Power to the hive.
That is part of my community is I am a baby bumble in the hive. I'm a Clue Crew member. I am a Cooterville member. I am, let's see what else. A Felon Melon, as Granny is called. You know, I stand with Kathy P. I stand with everybody that this. Okay, I gotta keep my words carefully because I am talking about a child while doing, but Queen Bee, I applaud you. You did what everyone has wanted to be done to her, because she's trying to take over too much, on top of the fact that her mod and her knowing what her mod has done to your baby girl, your littles, is absolutely disgusting and wrong, and I stand behind Queen Bee. Okay, BJ, if you didn't hear that the first time, I stand with Queen Bee and the Hive. Bitch, you deserve that strike. And I know Queen, if unless you don't go, I know Queen will go all the way to copyright court. So be prepared. Lucy, yup, and right before Griftmas, how sad. Because I believe at the end of this month would be the paycheck that she would have gotten in advance, like, besides the 2 day prior to, like, Christmas, would have been the money she could have spent to do Christmas. And I'm sure people are gonna, Venmo, whatever. But you know what? She deserves this. She's been striking and striking and striking. She's been going real life, putting people in danger with these ROs, and I thank you for the best advice or best news of today. Literally. I'm gonna have to message Queen Bee and tell her how much I love her. Or if anybody talks to Queen Bee or sees her in chats or anything, let her know that Sailor sends tons and tons of hugs, and I back and I support her 1,000,000%, and I am more than honored to be a part of the Hive. Thanks, bud. I appreciate you. Look at you, Ron, modding like it ain't nothing.
Well, I have
Oh, Lucia, thank you for bringing me this. Oh, I can't wait to tell Fenrir. After all the crap she did, and she struck people down, all that kind of crap, and running her mouth and putting people through real life situations in harm's way, especially Queen Bee's littles, she deserves nothing more than what she just got.
Oh, she deserves a lot more.
Trust me, when you piss off the Hive and you piss off the Queen, you're gonna get the sting. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you and little bro. I appreciate you both telling me that she got struck. Oh, I'm assuming she is furious. I wonder if, cause I know she can go on a panel, so I wonder panel she's gonna try to hop on.
Like, she has 2 channels.
Yes, but when you are down for 7 days, if you go on a backup channel, you risk losing both and being permanently banned from YouTube.
That I didn't know.
Yes, that is,
Well, Princess has a lot to say.
Princess is very proud of her auntie Queen Bee.
That's her main queen.
Because she actually, between Clue and Queen, she will grab my phone, she'll grab
My phone.
her Auntie Squishy's phone, and she knows who they are. She knows by the look, the startup music, especially Queen. and by their voice. And she will sit there and she will literally watch. And she's dabbing a little dance show over here. I'm not going to pity in one bit. Nope. Absolutely not. I agree, Lucy, 100%. Oh, when did this happen? And was it while they were live? Because I would love to see that. Oh my God. Queen Bee, you are an extraordinary woman, an amazing mama, and you did the damn thing. That's why she's the queen. Where did everybody find out? Was it in her live or was it in like clues? I can always just DM Queen and let her know that she's a badass bitch and she is the best queen bee around. Because BJ, I'm not sorry. Why am I apologizing? I'm not sorry that you're down for 7 days and you can't get your Griftmas on. See what happens when people try to warn you that you're burning your channel down and you think that you're only building it up and your drama channel is failing? Allegedly. When you do this to people, now you know you FA'd and you FO'd. Because you can only push people so far. For the longest time, we were not talking about, Queen was covering the other cases, so was, oh, of course she's gonna go live on TikTok. A little secret that I don't want to be, no, I want to be a bitch for is, oh, hold on, is that, you know, it's easier, they have to say this word on TikTok, to get bananaed on TikTok than it is on YouTube.
It's so easy to get banana.
She could trigger one other fellow, say, Christian streamer or whatever, or she could talk crap, and people from YouTube who have TikTok, you don't think they're not gonna go over and see what she's doing? TikTok is a lot stricter than YouTube. I can tell you that much. I was on TikTok for quite a while, and I know how strict they have always been. And if she thinks it's easier over on TikTok, she's got another thing coming, because I believe Craigie lost one channel already. Yes, the difference between here and TikTok is you can make multiple unless your IP address banned. So oh, she went after B Tim too? That's why. Oh, they all do. Queen Bee is very, very protective of B Tim because B Tim has helped her out and has stayed by her side through the whole. Did it just like disappear? Oh, tonight I'm going to look up that. I dedicated tonight to two kid cases, so I don't want to intertwine the drama, but tomorrow is Monday. And I can go on at any time because unfortunately, as I came on here last night, sadly, Fenrir was let go from his job for not, quote unquote, keeping his bay clean enough where they work on agricultural things. But he's got more than enough experience. He's smart. He's got credentials. I mean, he's certified, and he's got like huge stacks of certification. So, him getting a job, there's gonna be people that want to hire him. So it's a little stressful because we're to be moving out shortly, and I have came to the conclusion with the help of Squishy over here that for the past year I have been in a rut, but starting yesterday, I believe, and today, I did things just a little bit at a time, just go a little bit at a time, because after giving birth to my youngest, it took a lot out of me, hemorrhaging, after having her, and having the medication for my ADHD work as well as it is. It will get there, and I will get there. But if it wasn't for Squishy and everybody just saying do one thing a day, do some laundry, which I did some today, and it made me feel absolutely great. I have my baby girl up here with us, co-hosting with Squishy, because she did a lot of research in this case as well as I did. And I can't thank her enough for all of the research. She's 19 months old already. She just had we had a telehealth appointment to start the diagnosis of possibly her being on the autistic spectrum, because since her 7-year-old brother she is 4 to 5 times more likely to be on it, and we want to catch it quick so we can get her in everything, education. We want her to have the best as early as we can. And the person doing it is the same person who did our sons. She is an amazing woman. Of course, it's going to be tested different, but she is 19 months old, going on like a little 16-year-old dancing over there with her little sass. And then I've got my 16-year-old who's really feeling 16. He's hitting him. It is, but without my kids, I don't know, right? And including Squishy, she's the oldest. I might not have pushed her out, but she's my oldest child. Without any of them, I don't know what I would do.
I'm the adult child that acts like I'm 10.
And then Fenrir is a man child, as we all know. But she does oh yeah, they will. She does. I don't think her and Craig think they understand TikTok. And what I can tell you from experience is, you think YouTube is strict. TikTok is more strict, especially with what you say, times 10. So good luck to her over there. I mean, let her go for it.
Okay, so, like,
Yep, you
Not
can't
vape.
vape, you can't smoke, you can't. Well, he obviously got away with waving a beer in front of it, but he also
You
said,
can get away with waving it, but if they like
and
capture the label,
called it a Nerf gun.
yeah. But
So
if they latch onto the label, like if it's in the camera long enough,
yeah, it has to be in the camera for long enough. You really can't swear. That's one of their big things. On
you can
top,
swear. It's just you can't say certain things.
yeah, you can't say certain things that you know Craig's gonna just, yeah.
Like.
Aw,
Not
thank
say
you, Lucia.
unalive.
She is smart. Don't get me wrong. Just because we're getting her tested doesn't mean, I mean, she's the smartest. She's sometimes too dang smart. And she knows she's too dang cute.
Literally, she was working TikTok when we started this live.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids are very smart. She is more so just regressed in how many words she was saying daily to. She likes to point and go, eh. She wants to show you where she wants to go, but she's beautiful. She's amazing. She's everything to me. All my kids are.
She's smart as a whip.
And unlike
Just like her uncles.
Moo Moo, yes, can you hear her in the background? Yeah, you can. But one, she's only 19 months old. Two, she's not even paying attention to what I'm saying. And she cannot hear anything that I am listening to on here. Nor would I speak about anything that would be something that could cause any kind of trauma or nightmares. I wouldn't do that to her. So that's the difference. She's up here with me, so I am parenting her because her father took the boys, his second oldest son, to and our little son to grandparents to help his ex-wife's husband fix his car. So that's where he is. Normally, he'd be here with her.
Normally, she's downstairs with me.
At least Craig acts normal. Wait. No, she's talking to. Yeah, he does. No, she's saying at least Fenrir.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Yep, he does. Me and Fenrir call him man infant because I call Fenrir sometimes a man child. Because he does have ADHD kind of bad and he hate when he's sick. Oh my god, that's the worst. He's miserable.
He is the biggest baby.
But BJ, if you're listening, when you poke and poke and poke and poke and have a mod in there that is stalking somebody's minor child that we all care about, and we don't allow people to bring up children in here, in this sector. And Queen Bee has a huge support system. My love, my hugs and everything go out to Queen Bee and BJ. You were dumb enough to do it. You found out. And I'm not sorry. I'm not. They are. They seem to get smart. I mean, like, they grow up so fast and they're so smart, and it's like, what in the world?
She poked the bear and got the claws.
No, she poked the bear and got the singer.
She poked the bee.
When you poke the bee and you poke the hive will go out first. But if the queen has to come out, you're screwed.
Yeah, yeah.
Queen Bee, don't play.
Please don't play.
But I do have to take a little potty break, so I'm going to put the beginning of this. I dropped his link in here, and I will drop it again. He's very good at putting like things together, timelines, just and explaining so much, that he was one person I found that was covering this case. And then after his bit, I do want to cover a little bit of Nova, because the surprise witness, aka BJ Investigates, the good BJ, went live, and I guess there might be some updates. So I definitely want to dive into that a little bit, because we gotta bring these missing babies home. It's too much.
Too many go missing.
The thought of sending my oldest son more than a little bit of ways away to the gas station to get like a soda or something, or a Monster, where he is to have his phone turned all the way up and carry a legal pointy object. I still don't like him going alone,
I won't go alone.
but he does, and I do not allow my bigger child over here go alone without any of the boys with them.
Even though I carry pepper spray and a legal pointy object.
He tends to kind of act, my man child, he acts, no, actually, yes, no, he acts normal compared to Craig, but there's a lot of abnormalities, but that's what makes him him.
Normal's overrated.
And there's nothing I would change about him. Absolutely nothing. So I'm going to start playing this. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and I will be right back with you guys. While my biggest child handles and helps with the little child, because once I switch over to Nova, she will bring the little one downstairs to watch her absolutely favorite show, K-pop Demon Hunter Slayers. Hunters. So, I shall be right back. I'm going to play this. If you really listen, this guy is... I was honored that he was honored that I would do this. So, this is him covering Melody, Buzzard, and things that have come out.
Whereabouts or conditions, and the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, has joined the case due to the multi-state travel potential, and family members have not seen Melody for over 4 years. And there are concerns about Ashley's mental health and prior child welfare interventions. Talks of Ashley's mother being bipolar. So what we know is Melody's absence triggered a missing persons investigation. That's where we're at now. It's just a missing persons investigation. She was homeschooled, but district record shows she never picked up independent study work. And investigators have searched the home, executed a warrant, and are pursuing leads, including surveillance, vehicle tracking, and tips from the public. But what we don't know is Melody's exact current location, the condition she is, whether she's safe or in danger, a clear reason why her mother is non-cooperative, whether a crime has definitively been committed. The case remains classified as just a missing person investigation. So what we want to watch for, any confirmed sightings or credible tip placing Melody after October 7, 2025, changes in Ashley's cooperation, whether she gives information or location, interstate agency involvement or travel records unsealed, and public calls for information or alert distributed to law enforcement. Now, saw on Facebook today, so right now it's 10/22, October 22nd, they said that CPS was still at the house. but it didn't look like the mother was cooperative. All right, let me show you this quick little interview real quick. It's with the aunt. I want to show you this.
Where is this little girl? Where is Melody? How could she be gone a year and just reported missing? Or was she?
Timeline was very sketchy, and mom is not giving any information at all. She will not answer the door. She will not answer questions. Is Melody okay? Are you okay? She said, I hope you and your kids are well. And she shut the door.
The bizarre disappearance of a little girl.
The FBI is looking for her. They're trying to find her. No one has seen her.
Where is she? Why did the school have to report her missing? Where is Melody? Please help us find this girl. Elizabeth Mesa, this is Melody's aunt. Miss Mesa, thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so grateful that someone in Melody's family is speaking out on her behalf. There she is. I recognize that outfit. That's a Dorothy outfit from Wizard of Oz. Must be a little Halloween or a costume party of some sort. Look at this little girl, guys. Have you seen her? Tip line 805-681-4150. Repeat, 805-681-4150. Straight back out to Elizabeth Mesa joining us. This is Melody's aunt. Miss Mesa, how can this be? I don't understand how a child cannot be seen for a year and only just being reported missing. But is that accurate? Isn't it true Melody was homeschooled?
Yes, so when we found out last Tuesday, the investigator reached out and was asking questions and, about her whereabouts. So to hear that she was missing was completely mind-blowing, and to find out she was homeschooled by the mom, and the last time anybody seen her was a year, and then it turned out to be 2 months ago was the last time that the school had seen her. So the timeline was very sketchy, and mom is not giving any information at all.
Speaking of mom, are you or is anyone within the family in touch with the mom?
So she answered the door for my niece, Karina, which is Melody's sister on her dad's side. She opened the door and answered very little questions, but as far as anybody else, no, she will not answer anybody. She will not answer the door. She will not answer questions.
Now, what do you mean she answered the door, but she wouldn't answer question?
I know it sounds weird, Nancy, but she stood there very stoic with a very stone look on her face. And my niece asked her, where's Melody, if she's okay. And she said, why now? Why now? And my niece said, well, we couldn't get a hold of you. We had no address. We had no phone number. And she said, well, there's a reason for that. And my niece just kept asking her, is Melody okay? Are you okay? And she said, I hope you and your kids are well. And she shut the door.
So you got nothing out of her. Guys, we're showing you shots of Melody right now. She's been missing. We don't know how long. We're not sure she actually is missing. But I do know this. Again, guys, with me, family member Elizabeth Mesa joining us. This is her aunt. A staffer at her elementary school realized that Melody had not been there, or, well, she's homeschooled, but they have these little programs that the homeschooled children take part in. Right. And so the school doesn't see her every day like you would a child enrolled in regular school. But when Melody had missed several of these get togethers with the homeschool children, like field trips to the planetarium or the zoo, the staffers at the elementary school got concerned. And that is when it all came bubbling up. So to you, Miss Mesa, again, thank you for being with us, because we've tried really hard to get in touch with family members. When did you first realize Melody was missing?
So we first realized or found out last Tuesday. I believe that was the 14th, when the CWS investigator called me asking if I know her whereabouts. And I had asked him, is my niece okay? And he told me, I can't answer that because it's an open investigation. And he said, we're just looking for her whereabouts. And I gave him all the information that I knew, and I let him know that the last time physically we seen her, the family, was about 4.5 years ago when her mom brought her to my mother-in-law's house for us to see her. And at that time, Nancy, she was acting very strange. She had shaved her head down. I mean, she had like a buzz cut, and she had a hoodie on. The mom, Ashley, did. And she was acting very strange. And my mother-in-law had told her, if you don't want to leave her here, she could stay here, because she was playing with my kids. And Ashley looked and she said, I can't do this. And she grabbed her and they left. And that was the last time that we seen her.
And isn't it true, Miss Mesa, you guys have a really big family, a big loving family, and everybody wants to take care of Melody, but the mom wouldn't let you.
Yes, that's correct. My husband, his family is very large. I mean, and so loving and opening. And Karina is her sister, like I said, on her dad's side. Her dad passed away 9 years ago in a tragic motorcycle accident. And she's always wanted a relationship.
Are you talking about
with her
Rubiel?
sister. Yes, my brother-in-law, Rubiel.
Melody's dad, Rubiel, died in a motorcycle crash, and that was 2016. So
Yes.
It's just her and the mom. Now, was Melody always homeschooled?
Well, we just found that out, Nancy. We had no contact with her. Like I said, the last time we were informed that she was removed from the mother's care, and we all tried to, get her, she could be with me, she could be with, whoever they would allow her to be. And then she was finally able to be placed with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and they had her for quite some time. I don't know exactly how long. And then the state came back and they removed her, and they told us that she was going to be adopted by the family that had her before, or something like that. It was just so off. They wouldn't give information either.
All right, so there's a lot here. Again, I really detailed the case yesterday, but I want to kind of keep this moving and try to answer the question. So we are going to talk about her rights, and then we'll also try to balance that with when to supersede, when you can supersede those rights. Now, granted, I got some questions out here for you guys as well, because I'm learning in the process. I love doing these so I can learn. So I thought this would go well with the discussions that are happening on social media. So this is the constitutional right versus life preservation, the Melody Buzzer case. So it's definitely something that requires a discussion. So the frustration is palpable and understandable. A vulnerable child is missing. Her mother appears uncooperative and the clock is ticking. The public instinct is simple: make her talk. But the American legal system operates on carefully constructed framework that even in the most emotionally charged situations, it still must balance urgent action with constitutional protections. This tension isn't a bug in the system. It's a deliberate overreach while still allowing for emergency intervention, which when lives hang in the balance. The Melody Buzzer case crystallizes this dilemma. How do we protect a child's life without creating precedents that could be used to trample anyone's right in the future? So I want you to think about this, guys. And again, we're going to provide multiple perspectives here, but right now we're focusing on the rights. If investigators waited too long to invoke emergency powers and Melody is found deceased, who bears responsibility? The officer who followed the rules? The system that created those rules? Or does anyone? And what if you were the detective who had a gut feeling but not enough legal evidence to act? Could you live with the following protocol if the worst happens? And you guys, you see it on the internet, the social media. They're like, just go in. And then there was a dialogue on one of these long crime show where the prosecutor and a psychologist were being talked to on part of the panel. And the prosecutor's like, we got to go with brute force, get the mother to talk, because there's a timeline that people have in their head. So they're assuming the longer you wait, the child could be in danger. And then the psychologist was focused on the mother and possibly mental health disorders, bipolar disorder. And she's like, you got to approach her with kind of like care, compassion. And I understood the blend. So it looked like they were going to have a back and forth. But what the prosecutor meant was, you got to go in, get her, put her in the station, then you could start working on the tactics. And that's where the psychology would be in play. But it was funny because they both looked like they were talking on different sides of the spectrum, but then they realized that they're not. And it was great because eventually they were willing to listen. And there was another gentleman as well who kind of saw the middle ground there. So it's great because sometimes we look at these extremes, but the answer's here. So the constitutional fortress. So why does Ashley Buzzard have legal protection? So you got the first, the amendment that I see right now that's coming up throughout that whole social media is the Fifth Amendment, the right against self-incrimination. And I think everybody sees that. It's all throughout social media. So I put that in. So what does it protect? Obviously, the Fifth Amendment establishes that no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. This means Ashley cannot be forced to provide testimony or information that could be used to prosecute her criminally. So how does it apply here? If Ashley knows where Melody is, revealing that location might also reveal her own criminal culpability. So you got abandonment, endangerment, or worse. Even in civil context, she can invoke the Fifth if answering would expose or could expose her to criminal prosecution. And this protection applies during police interrogations, grand jury proceedings, court testimony, and even informal questioning if she's in custody. So that's a right that she has throughout this whole process. But here's the public safety nuance. There's a narrow exception called the public safety exception. I saw that. And guys, if you know more about this, please do, guys. Please comment, hit it up, because I grew up with these dialogues as well. It was established in New York versus Quarles in 1984, which allows police to ask questions necessary to protect public safety before reading Miranda rights. However, this doesn't eliminate the privilege. It just makes certain pre-Miranda statements admissible. Ashley could still refuse to answer. So why does this matter? Forcing her to speak could result in, and now this is more about back-end concerns if you decide to take this to court and to trial, if she gets charged. Any statement being deemed coerced and inadmissible, potential dismissal of charges based on constitutional violations, creations of grounds for appeal if she's convicted, and possible civil liability for law enforcement. Because as they're doing this and they're trying to find where the child is, they're also at the same time making sure they don't mess this up in case they have to hold her accountable. So there's the balance there. So the question to you guys is, what if Ashley's lawyer knows where, let's say Ashley has a lawyer, but she may not, we don't know. But let's just say she did. What if Ashley's lawyer knows where Melody is because Ashley told them in confidence? Attorney-client privilege means the lawyer can't reveal that information either, even to save Melody's life. Is that true? My research says that's not true. They have some level of obligation to report to authorities if there's a chance that someone is in danger or a chance of being harmed. So lawyers do have a responsibility at that point to report. But if it was a past crime and the person's not in danger, it's already done, does the lawyer now have to still report it? So basically one would be, hey, she's going to die if she doesn't get any food, blah, blah, blah. The lawyer will most likely have to report that to the authorities and try to do it in a way that protects his client. But if Ashley was to say, hey, she's already dead, there's nothing you can do, this is where she is, what's the lawyer's obligation now? Because it's a past crime. Does the lawyer have to report that? Love your thoughts on that, because it's different. Everywhere I looked at that, it would be different. So the past crime adds something to it. Should there be a dying child exception to attorney-client privilege? And if we created one, would anyone ever trust their lawyers again? Would that make our justice system better or worse? As I said,
so what he's I do that too sometimes, Lucia. I've done that. So what he's saying is pretty much what they've all been saying is pushing this mother that may be mentally unstable may do more harm than any good in finding this child. It could push her to make a call, do something, and make it 10 times more unsafe for Melody.
They're going to have to report that. I know that enough. If there's a chance someone's in danger, they haven't, they're still alive, they haven't been harmed, but they're in immediate danger. That's the key. That's the threat. The lawyer, I believe, would be obligated to have to report that. I have a note here on that too, because there were some people saying that the lawyer doesn't have to report that, and I don't agree with that. I mean, both morally and I just don't agree with that. So I had something here. Normally, anything Ashley tells her lawyer is confidence is protected by attorney-client privilege. That privilege is one of the strongest protections in the law. Lawyers generally cannot reveal what a client tells them, even if it's incriminating, but there is exception, preventing death or serious harm. Most states, including California, where Melody was last seen, follow the ABA model rules of professional conduct. Under Rule 1.6b1, a lawyer may disclose confidential information if they reasonably believe it's necessary to prevent reasonably certain death or substantial bodily harm. This is a permissive exception, not mandatory, meaning the lawyer is allowed to reveal it, but not always required to. So I guess there's a bit of a difference there, because they're not violating the lawyer-client confidentiality, but they're not always required to. I didn't know that. So again, you learn something new. If Ashley told her lawyer Melody is locked in a place where she can't survive long, the lawyer would almost certainly be permitted and arguably ethically obligated. That's what I'm thinking, to alert authorities immediately to save the child. If Ashley said Melody is safe with relatives, but I don't want to hand her over, the lawyer might treat that differently. Privilege would still apply because there's no imminent threat of harm. So yes, counsel could tell police if Melody's life is at immediate risk. That would not be considered breaking privilege. It falls under the life or death exception. If there's no imminent danger, privilege holds, and the lawyer cannot legally reveal Melody's location without Ashley's consent. So it's funny because that's more about the violation of client-lawyer privilege or lawyer-client privilege. So I guess they're not required, but technically, ethically they should. So that's good to know. I would still think if the person's in danger or they're ready to be harmed, they should do the right thing. But again, that was more about the violation of the right. So technically they could do it and they wouldn't be in violation. But it doesn't seem like it's required. If you guys know more about that, let me know. Because there was also something else I read on that, by the way, just to kind of, if you guys are interested, I wanted to show you something else I looked up. It's again with attorney-client privilege. Anything a client admits to their lawyer about past crimes is completely protected by attorney-client privilege. That means if Ashley Buzzer told her lawyer, I hid Melody a year ago, or even I harmed her in the past, the lawyer cannot report that to police. That's part of lawyer-client privilege. What's your thoughts on that? Is that true? And privilege is designed to ensure clients can be honest with their attorneys without fear of immediate exposure. The key exception is preventing future harm or death. That seems to be the center of all this. If the client admission reveals that a person is in imminent danger or death or serious bodily harm, many states allow or require the lawyer to disclose enough to prevent that harm. Example, if Ashley said Melody is locked in a shed without food and will die if no one finds her, her lawyer could legally contact authorities because that's about an ongoing danger, not just a past act. But if she said I already did something to her months ago and she's gone, that's a past crime. Privilege holds and the lawyer cannot reveal it. I always thought if you admitted a crime to a lawyer, kind of changes the ballgame a little bit, what they have to do ethically, but I'm not getting that here. If Melody is alive but in danger, counsel could break privilege to protect her. And it says they could. It doesn't say they must. So that to me is a really good defense. And that to me is a concern when obviously something like this, a child missing right now, could be at risk. If Melody is already deceased, privilege locks in. The lawyer cannot disclose the admission, no matter how disturbing. I would love your thoughts on that. If you think that's, if you know something different, that's what I looked up. Again, it's just to learn, but this is good for dialogue. Then there's the Sixth Amendment, the right to counsel. So what it protects. Once criminal proceedings have begun, so the arrest, the arraignment, the indictment, the Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to have an attorney present during questioning. So how does this apply? If Ashley has been arrested or charged, all questioning must occur with her attorney present unless the explicitly waives this right, unless she explicitly waives the right. Any interrogation without counsel after she's invoked the right would violate Messiah versus United States, 1964, and even clever tactics like using informants or undercover officers to elicit statements can violate this right once formal proceedings begin. And kind of dealt with that with the Emmanuel Harrow case, right? The Perkins operations. But again, they're not confessions, they're voluntary statements. So that's been challenged in court too. But you saw that with the Emmanuel Harrow case with Jay Caro and Rebecca Harrow, but then the media dropped it, and I think it messed the operations. So the practical impact, a competent defense attorney will almost certainly advise Ashley to say nothing. This is standard legal advice, not an indication of guilt. The attorney's job is to protect their client's interest, and speaking to police really helps a defendant's case, even if they're innocent. Do we know if Ashley could be represented by a lawyer right now? I mean, if she was, I'm sure we'd know. Why violating this right backfires? Statements obtained in violation of the Sixth Amendment or are completely inadmissible. The violation contain other evidence discovered as a result, the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine, and it can lead to sanctions against prosecutors and law enforcement. So if they did get something without going through that, then whatever they found probably wouldn't be able to be introduced. So again, remember, they're doing two things at once. They got the safety, which should be paramount, but they're also making sure if she did do something, they don't mess anything up on the front end that could destroy a victory on the back end when people are expecting that victory. Think about this. So here's another question posed out your way. Imagine you're Ashley's defense attorney. You took an oath to zealously defend your client. She tells you in confidence that Melody is alive but hidden somewhere, and she's terrified of what will happen if she reveals the location. Do you advise her to stay silent, knowing Melody's might be suffering? How do you sleep at night either way? And what happens to the legal system if lawyers start breaking privileges when they personally disagree with other clients? With their clients, sorry. So it's just a question. 14th Amendment, due process, and this is part of what I just discussed, but what it protects. The due process clause prevents the government from depriving anyone of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. How it applies here is Ashley cannot be held indefinitely without being charged with a crime. She cannot be subjected to punishment before conviction, and any detention must be reasonable in length and conditions, and she has a right to a prompt hearing before a judge if arrested. So the reality check in missing person cases, this creates a genuine challenge because without enough evidence to charge her with a specific crime, authorities can only hold her for a limited time, typically 48 to 72 hours, and it's only a missing person case. It's not a criminal case yet. Even if public pressure is intense, judges must follow constitutional requirements, and detention solely to coerce information would be unconstitutional. Unconstitutional preventive detention. It's unconstitutional, they're saying. So historical context, the due process clause exists because of historical abuses where government detained people indefinitely to extract confessions or information. While frustrating cases like this, it prevents a return to such practices. So think about this. What if investigators arrest Ashley on a minor charge, say driving with an expired license, just to buy 72 hours to pressure her about Melody? Is that clever police work or abuse of power? What's your thoughts? Now imagine if police did this to you because you exclaimed you knew where their missing property was. Still okay with the tactic? Where's the line between legitimate investigative strategy and pretextual detention? All right. Parental rights is another complicating factor. The constitutional foundation. The Supreme Court has consistently recognized that parents have a fundamental liberty interest in the care, custody, and control of their children. And it looks like it says Troxel versus Granville 2000. Whoever, if you guys know more, please add. So how this affects this case, unless the court has formally terminated or suspended Ashley's parental rights, she technically retains legal authority over Melody. This doesn't give her the right to harm or endanger Melody, but it does affect how authorities must proceed. Removing a child from parental custody requires either 1, a court order, 2, emergency circumstances, or 3, evidence of immediate danger. And I don't know if we have any of those. The perverse dynamic. This creates a situation where Ashley might claim she's exercising her parental authority by keeping Melody's location private. Without proof of abuse or neglect, mirroring the legal threshold, challenging this is difficult, and even obvious bad judgment isn't always sufficient for emergency state intervention. But there is an exception I saw. Where did I put it? Child Protective Services can obtain emergency custody in most cases if they can demonstrate imminent danger, but this requires credible, specific evidence, not just suspicion or absence of information. And right now, we don't have that. We just have a missing child. So think about this question for you. Suppose Ashley claims she's hiding Melody from an abusive father and is protecting her daughter by not revealing the location. Without that context, she looks like a monster. With it, maybe she's a protective mother. Investigators don't always know the full story when they're making split-second decisions. What if they override parental rights and it turns out that the mother was actually protecting the child? Who's liable there? And how many rescue situations have we gotten wrong? Now, this is the part of the conversation that kind of adds that caveat, the catastrophic consequences of rights violations, but then we're going to go into the safety of the child. So actually, let me do this first before we get into the safety of the child. Let's do the catastrophic consequences of rights. So I have first evidence suppression, the exclusionary rule, the principle. Evidence obtained through constitutional violations is generally inadmissible.
So pretty much it's pretty much it's this little girl was last seen on October 7th on surveillance camera at a car dealership for her because her mother rented a car with, and a gentleman was following behind them. Don't know who he is. And they took a trip all the way down to Nevada and Kansas on the 7th of October. On the 10th of October, only the mother came back. They did trace her part of her mother's cell phone, and it pinged that she was at a park for over 3 hours and then drove 50 miles to a Walmart where she spent money on clothes for her daughter. So whether this is a trafficking thing, because as far as it's been known, there are no family members down there. She's not cooperating with the officers or FBI or anything. The FBI is involved. They aren't doing a search like they would if, like when they did in Sebastian's around the area, but they're asking the public for help. So if you see something, say something. They have plenty of, here I will make sure. Sorry, Fenrir was messaging me. Right there are the tip lines, anonymous tip lines, anonymous FBI tip line, and the email anonymous line that you can submit to if you've seen her. Please don't blow up their phones with false sightings or anything. If you've really seen her, please report to it. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to my mods and everybody. It was a slower night tonight, and that's okay. Some nights are going to be better than others, but I will be going live normal time tomorrow instead, and we will go over the Nova case unless something pops up overnight online. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.